All right. Today, we're going to talk about a really interesting player that's been making waves in the serverless world, Xata. It's a database that's been built from the ground up with developers, yeah, people like us, right at the center of its universe. So let's dig in and see what makes it tick. So here's the game plan. We're going to break it all down into 5 key parts. First, what is Xata really? Then we'll get into its super unique branching feature. After that, how it brings search and everything else together. We'll also see how it stacks up against the big names out there. And finally, we'll talk about what this could mean for the future of building backends.
Okay, so let's kick things off with the big question. In a world absolutely jam-packed with databases, what exactly is Xata and why should you care?
At its heart, yeah, Xata is a serverless data platform. But honestly, the magic word here is unified. It's not just a database. It pulls together all these features you'd normally have to find somewhere else and then painstakingly stitch together. We're talking powerful search, analytics, and it puts it all behind one clean interface. It's a huge deal for both front-end and back-end devs.
And it's pretty new to the scene, having launched back in 2021. And that's actually a really big deal. Why? Because it means it was built for the way we build apps today, not 10 years ago. It was specifically designed to solve the headaches of modern development, which brings us to one of its most talked about features. Right, let's get into what might be the coolest, most mind-blowing feature of Xata: branching. Seriously, if you've ever had that cold sweat moment before a big database migration, you're gonna want to listen to this. I mean, think about it. The promise here is just huge. They want to make changing your database schema as easy and as safe as creating a new branch for your code in Git. It's all about taking the fear and the risk out of what is, let's be honest, one of the most stressful parts of managing a live app.
And the workflow itself is just beautiful. So step 1, you create a branch of your production data. This isn't just a little sample, it's a complete, totally isolated copy. Step 2, you go wild. Add columns, change data types, test your app against it, all without a single real user ever knowing. Then once you're happy, step 3, you just merge it back in. It's a total game changer, especially for anyone living in that CI/CD agile world. Okay, so branching is a massive deal, for sure. But what else is going on under the hood? Well, Xata's other superpower is how it bundles a whole bunch of data tools into one single engine. See, this is the key. You're not just getting a database. You're getting incredible, typo-tolerant, full-text search right out of the box. You're getting powerful filtering, easy-peasy pagination for your front ends, and even built-in analytics. And the best part? It's all right there, accessible from the exact same API you use to query your normal data. And this quote right here, it just nails the entire philosophy. The goal is to stop us from having to learn 5 different systems, manage a separate server just for search, or build complex pipelines to some other analytics tool. It's all about killing that complexity so we can get back to what we love, actually building cool stuff. So with all these features packed into one service, you're probably wondering, okay, where does Xata actually fit into the whole ecosystem? I mean, how does it compare to the tools that we're all already using every day? This is the million-dollar question, right? Is this thing supposed to replace Firebase? Is it a Superbase killer? Or is it coming for a dedicated search engine, like Elasticsearch? Let's actually break that down. This table really lays it all out so clearly. Look, compared to something like Firebase, which is schemaless, Xata brings back that structure and schema awareness that can save you a ton of headaches. And let's be real, Firebase's search is pretty basic, unless you bring in something else. Now, next to Superbase, Superbase is awesome. It's a relational powerhouse, but you still have to set up extensions to get that world-class search. Xata just gives it to you from day one. And then you have Elasticsearch, which is incredibly powerful for search, but man, it can be a beast to set up and manage. Xata offers that simplicity. It's really carving out its own unique space. So all of this, it really points to a bigger shift in how we think about building our applications. Xanta's kind of championing this new, more integrated way of thinking about back-end architecture. For years, we've been doing it the old way, right? You grab a database for your data, then you bolt on a search engine for your queries, and maybe you pipe everything to a third tool for analytics. It works, but it's complicated. The Xata way is just simpler. It streamlines that whole process by bundling the essentials together. So where does it really shine? Well, it's absolutely perfect for apps where search is a core feature. Think e-commerce sites, big blogs, any kind of dynamic content platform. It's also great for collaborative tools. And it's built to just plug right into the modern web stack. It plays super nicely with Vercel, Netlify, Next.js, all the tools we're already using.
And this is a big one. It's built on an open source foundation. That sends a really strong signal, right? It shows a real commitment to the developer community, to being transparent, and to building a platform that developers actually want to use, not when they're forced to use.
And that kind of leaves us with this final big picture question. Is this unified all-in-one approach the actual future for how we're going to manage data? Xata is making a pretty compelling argument that by cutting out all that extra complexity, we can unlock a whole new level of speed and creativity. It's definitely something to think about.